Welcome back to more Power Plays and more King Arthur's quest for Camelot. I don't know if that even makes sense, but I'm saying it anyways.
That was a movie.
That is a movie. So is The Princess Bride.
Oh, good movie. I know everybody loves that movie, but
I have a confession to make. I own it on DVD. I haven't taken the cellophane off, and I have not watched it yet.
You've never seen it?
I need to watch it. I know.
Wow. Okay, yeah, you should see it. It's worth it.
It's funny because some people are like surprised by like, oh, you haven't seen this movie? I'm like, yeah, but I've seen this and this. Like, for example, like, I feel like people weren't surprised that I hadn't seen Back to the Future, but then I watched them, and then people are like, oh, you hadn't seen it? It's like, I have now.
Whoa. Sorry.
Some stuff I've seen, some stuff I haven't. Oh,
did you watch 1, 2, and 3, or just 1? Or just
I've watched all 3 now.
Nice.
But I've only seen Gremlins 1, but
I've not watched.
I want to watch the second one.
Which Back to the Future was your favorite, and why is it 3?
Honestly, I really like 1, but 3 is pretty good.
I'm kind of in that same boat. Like, I actually kind of like them all across the board.
See, here's the thing, though. Like, this is why people say I'm a contrarian, because I tend to like some of the movies that people don't like, and it's mostly because I like the movies being different and giving something new to something.
There was an alarm going off.
Alarm going off? Okay.
Stop it.
Just for example, and this is probably going to make some guys cringe. I know we were talking about Star Wars earlier, but this is kind of related. My favorite Jurassic Park is 3.
No. Not the Jurassic Park thing. I have this. Yeah.
My favorite Jurassic Park is 3. Yeah, a lot of people are surprised by that. They're like, "Well, that's the bad one." I'm like, "Well, you think about it.
Special?
It's not that different from the first one. 3 was not that different."
I think because people think of 3 like they think of 2, but 3 is not 2.
2 is slow and kind of. If you know how games can be janky. Like,
2's
in a movie sense. A janky movie. I don't know
its
how
pacing is off, it's got the characters wrong, it's got the point, like, it's got the really cliche, it's like the first one, but in reverse! It's
what I like about the third one is, 1, it's got updated dinosaur designs, mostly the raptors. 2, we finally get to see the flying dinosaurs in, like, actual element and peril, because in 2... you saw them, but they weren't really that big of a threat.
They weren't doing anything.
Yeah. And also, it has one of my favorite dinosaurs, which is the Spinosaurus. Now, people say, like, oh, it's just a bigger T-Rex. It's like, no. The Spinosaurus has functional arms and a long beak, and it's twice as stupid. So, it's a different monster. It's a different dinosaur. And
it's a different beast.
I also like that they brought Alan Grant back, and he doesn't want to go, and it's all this stuff. I don't know. I just think the movie's great. I just think a lot of people dislike it for odd reasons. But I'm like that with a lot of films. Like, we had our discussions about Star Wars earlier, and why I enjoy 1 and 3. I admit 1 is not a good film. I will not say it's a good movie, but it's a fun movie, and I enjoy watching it.
It has lots of fun elements, I will grant it that.
I love that we both agree that 2's garbage.
2 is very garbage. Everybody loved 2... I was highly disappointed.
Oh, man, 2.
Also,
it's the love story that hurts that one.
Oh, the acting is so wooden and terrible.
And I don't want to go into a huge rant, but we both disagree on. I guess agree to disagree on 3. I think it's great. You think it's not good.
That's fine. That's fine.
Totally fine. And you're honestly, if I could say, I don't want to make you get into a whole thing, but your criticisms are valid. I get it. So,
and we don't need to rehash them.
But I also don't think Return of the Jedi is that good. So
I'm like I said, I find it a nice, comfortable middle of the road film, but I also saw exactly why they had to do it. That was a film they were damned either way they did, and they were just like, okay, if we do right in the middle of the road, they won't crucify us, they'll just hate us.
This is where I feel like not a contrarian, though, because Empire is my favorite. Which I think is a lot of people's favorites.
See, I'm a little bit weird on it because I really liked 6. Not necessarily the Ewok stuff, but the Ewok stuff was cute and
I don't hate 6. I like the first half of it more than the second half, but I do agree that it is a movie that has to happen when they didn't really have much choice in the matter.
Jesus, dude, that's so fucking dicey there.
It is really dicey.
You guys be jumping through.
And we were talking about the other movies. Like, I'm not a big fan of 7. I mean, I've grown to like it more, but when I first saw it, I hated that movie. I was like, this is garbage. Like, why did they do this?
Let me clarify something.
Yeah.
I have a ton of issues with very specific things, not just from plot, but with camera techniques and whatnot in 7 that really bother me.
Yeah.
Lots of close-ups, no wide pan shots, the world is completely hidden behind face shots, and it's like, no, I don't need a money shot for every character.
It feels like it feels like a movie trying to be Star Wars.
But it's not really Star Wars, because it can't quite get the thing to fit. Like, it's like, yeah, this is Star Wars, isn't it?
Like,
It's
there's a formula that George Lucas had that was like just... you could tell that it was Star Wars. Like, there was a way that he did the movies that you can... Even the prequels have it a little bit.
There's a very specific style to them, and it is a somewhat more worn down and tired world, but the main point about it is that it's a space opera.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And people argue, it's not, it's a space opera. Take a look at the first one, see how they do the wide shots, the mystic lore, the dramatic music.
Yeah.
It's a space opera.
They've always, in fact, like, they would avoid saying things. I think, remember when they were making the first movie, they avoid calling it a science fiction movie.
There's no science about the fiction in there. It was supposed to be just a plain old fantasy, but it's in space.
And this is sometimes where I feel bad. Like, I'm like, oh, am I really a contrarian? Like, I think about it, but it's like, because I like The Last Jedi, and I know a lot of people do not like it. I just love a lot of the things that people dislike. I actually love the movie for, like Luke being a crusty old man who fails because he never failed before, apparently.
Well, see, that's
and like other things.
That's the thing everybody got mad about. And they're like, that's not Luke. And it's like, Luke can change, and I'm okay with this change for one reason.
Also, he was a big failure. Look at Empire Strikes Back.
Like, here's the thing about Luke's character, that even though Mark Hamill didn't like it, there was reasons why it could have worked, but it wasn't done that way.
He didn't like it at first. He changed his tone afterwards. A lot of people say, oh, well, he was just paid off and told to say that. It's like, no.
I think he warmed up to the idea of it, but it's the fact that it was still executed poorly.
He went in depth of how he felt. Like, and one thing I think he said is like, the more I thought about it, at first he's like, maybe I shouldn't agree with it, because like, it's not my movie. It's it's not my vision, so maybe I don't agree with it, but maybe this is the right thing for the character. And at the end, he's like, yeah, I get it. See, it's one of those things where once you see the whole movie, it's like when the original Star Wars, people are like, this is trash. But then the whole movie, you see the whole thing as a whole, and you're like, oh, this is a great film.
Actually, my significant other, Stumpy, as her nickname will go. I'll leave it up to her if she wants to be addressed directly. She finds Star Wars boring. She didn't like.
Oh yeah, that's totally fine.
And I then told her about the expanded universe stuff and so on. And oh wow, like that sounds really interesting. Like I would love to like live and play. Like I'd be able to get an experience in that world, like to live a bit in that world. And it's like, well, yeah. See, that's the big appeal to Star Wars. That oh dear, you're dead. I was pushing to you. I did not want to go.
I might be making it harder for you because you have to talk at the same time.
No. I'm screwing up entirely of my own merits. This is hard. But she's like, yeah, like that sounds great. And it's like, yeah, see, that's the appeal. Star Wars has a fantastic world.
Yeah, it's got a great world. Like the Skywalker story is just one story in that entire world,
and it's a great lore. But it keeps getting looked at too closely. Everybody keeps trying to make it an epic. It's not an epic. Everybody keeps trying to overvalue the characters. Like, no, they're just characters.
Like, it's just a coming-of-age story in space.
Well, it's also part of Asian cinema. I don't care. I'm not sure if it's Chinese or Japanese.
Are you talking about Kurosawa?
Well, yes, but I'm also mentioning the style of the story. It's a cyclical story, and it has many, many elements that are in more traditional, either Japanese or Chinese storytelling. And it's a lot of stuff like the whole, things coming full circle again. Players and parts being the same, but they switch. But somebody.
This is going to happen. I knew you were going to get to this stage, and I started having trouble again.
It's this stage.
You blew through it before.
Not very well. I actually died a few times.
Yeah. Long story short, I don't want to go into too much more of a tangent.
Yeah.
I honestly, it's like I've kind of gotten over people like having a different opinion than me because it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But what I don't like is when people say that I'm wrong because I have a certain opinion. It's like, no, that's just my opinion. I'm not saying it's the right one.
Now, I will argue for certain things. There are unpopular opinions that are structured, and there's a separation. There is your opinion that you because it's what you personally don't or don't like or believe in, and then there's just straight up facts. Like me, I don't like Kingdom Hearts at all. I know
you're wearing a Kingdom Hearts shirt.
it's a Kingdom Hearts 3 one my friend gave me from his work. It's a nice gift.
Yeah,
but
it's also your other. What was your other excuse? It's a collared shirt. You like collared shirts.
I like collared shirts,
even though you don't like Kingdom Hearts.
I have another shirt to wear right now. I haven't been able to do some laundry in a little while.
Okay, Kingdom Hearts shirt today it is.
Yeah, and honestly, 3 is not bad enough for me to hate it. 3 was actually entertaining. The writing's still dumb.
And by the way, I'm not grilling you.
Being modest, he actually loves Kingdom Hearts.
I do not. I so absolutely hate Kingdom Hearts 1. I think 2 is playable, but ugh. And 3 was entertaining. It's like, yeah, that's just fine.
When you walk away.
Shut up.
See, the whole thing, where I was getting with that is like, you can like Kingdom Hearts 1. There's nothing wrong with that. But you cannot deny it had some serious design flaws. And a lot of them had to do.
I don't think anybody's denying that.
Oh, lots of people have. I've had people get like, no, you're like, you can't, you can't say
perfection.
That.
Like, I can, like, the thing about something is, like, if you like something enough, you can like it despite its flaws, but you can see what they are. Like,
yeah, people are blinding themselves with nostalgia because they keep thinking how great it is, and 90% of the time, people are thinking about 2, not even 1.
I'll admit, just for example, like, if we're like switch gears to Pokemon, my favorite Pokemon game is Silver, but it is glitchy as fuck. Like they were compressing the shit out of it to get all the content in that game.
Oh, what?
Get up there!
Come on, that should not have happened. How
well? It shouldn't, but it did.
Just like every other
yeah, it's that. Not just like every other time.
Got your brain dead. You're trying to
get this over with. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to get Penalty Wizard.
Okay, so you gotta get the bracelet before the next level, right?
Nope. I still got a couple more to go.
Oh, okay.
Because remember, like, I don't have to have it until the end of level 7. So I got a ways to go. We're not even at the ice place yet.
Oh, right. Yeah. Shit, I forget. Like, it feels like it's been that long, but it really hasn't been that long.
It's just because there's a lot going on.
See, what I feel bad about this, too, is that the last few recording sessions has all been you playing. We haven't done much. Well, we've played...
Oh, no.
We're hilarious in the background.
Yeah.
Though, we're getting to serious conversations here, and the other thing is a lot of the focus died down just because it's too nerve-wracking.
Oh, you're back to 9 credits. Okay, so I'm not worried.
No, you shouldn't be. I like how you're like, don't go with the wasted credits. I'm like, nah, I got this.
It's fine.
I knew what was going to happen.
Besides, there's plenty of 3-player games to probably play soon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what a challenge.
Oh, dude. We'll have to get you in on the playthrough Billy and I are doing of Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Oh, I've been playing, but I own that for Fortnite as well. But I have not finished it.
We're playing the first one on 360 right now.
Oh, but, the first one.
We've leveled up some characters, and we've done that kind of like, oh, somebody could hop in and play with us.
But
I've mostly been playing as Deadpool.
Not the biggest of fans of that.
Who's the guy you've been playing as, Bill? I forget his name.
Moon Knight.
Oh, he's in number 1? Cool.
Yeah.
I think he made a return in number 3.
He was in number 2 too, I believe.
I don't recall him being in number 2.
I haven't played through number 2, so I don't know.
I platinumed number 2, but I don't really remember. I remember all the characters. There's a lot of characters. I also grabbed the DLC for it, so...
Maybe it was the DLC. I don't think I've seen the DLC. Just let me out of this nightmare.
No.
It's like Earthworm Jim. And there's all the Jinky Janks, and there's the inside the body level.
Oh, what's her name? Queen something Malfoy Slut for a butt, or whatever her name is.
Clean, giant, pulsating, sweaty, pus-filled...
Slut for a butt.
Yeah, I think. There might have been more to it, but I think that's it. And Princess What's Her Name.
Yeah, and next time on Power Plays, we'll find out what her name really is.
Slag demon.
You mean liar.
See ya. Hey guys, I was able to squeeze out one more review before the end of the year, and that's on Mega Man 11. Go head over to my review channel and check it out. Thanks.